Under the Blossoms. Setting: a quaint coastal town named Seabreeze, known for its vibrant cherry blossom festival each spring. Characters: Clara Bennett, a spirited and adventurous photographer in her late 20s who returns to Seabreeze to reconnect with her roots and pursue her artistic passions. She has a contagious laugh and a knack for capturing life's fleeting moments through her lens. Maya Torres, a talented mural artist with a mysterious past. In her early 30s, she exudes a quiet confidence and has an air of intrigue that pulls Clara in. Maya is deeply connected to nature, often finding inspiration in the local flora and fauna. Chapter 1: Return to Seabreeze. Clara stepped off the bus, inhaling the salty breeze wafting from the nearby ocean. The familiar sound of seagulls cawing overhead pulled her memories like a tide, reminding her of the long summers spent in Seabreeze, where cherry blossoms painted the streets pink every spring. This year was different. She felt a renewed sense of purpose and a longing to reconnect with the artistry she had let dwindle in the hustle of city life. As she wandered into town, her camera swung from her neck, a reminder of her mission to capture the essence of Seabreeze during the festival. Each building, each burst of blooming life seemed to whisper stories waiting to be told. Clara's heart raced as she arrived at Cherry Blossom Park, where the trees stood in full bloom. The air was thick with the scent of flowers and the buzz of excitement. She raised her camera, snapping photos of children twirling in colorful dresses and couples escaping into the petals. Suddenly, a vibrant splash of color caught her attention, a mural freshly painted on the side of the old cafe. The mural depicted a giant cherry blossom tree with sprawling branches, and nestled within its flowers were silhouettes of women dancing in celebration of love. Clara marveled at the artistry, enchanted by the intricacy of every detail. It wasn't just a mural, it was a proclamation of love. "Stunning, isn't it?" a soft voice broke Clara's reverie. She turned to see a woman, tanned and glowing, leaning against the cafe wall. Her long, dark hair framed her face beautifully, and her warm brown eyes sparkled with mischief. "Yes, it's beautiful. The detail is incredible." "Who's the artist?" Clara asked, captivated by her presence. "That would be me," Maya said with a hint of pride in her voice. "I painted it to celebrate the Cherry Blossom Festival, but also to highlight love in all its forms." Clara felt a flutter in her stomach and smiled, intrigued. "Well, you've definitely succeeded. I'm Clara, by the way." "Maya," she replied, extending her hand. Their palms brushed lightly, sending a jolt of electricity between them. "So, Clara, are you from here?" Maya asked, her curious gaze inviting Clara into a conversation. "I spent a lot of summers here, but I've been in the city for a while. I came back to find inspiration for my photography." Clara gestured to her camera, her heart racing as she remembered her mission. "I'd love to see your work," Maya offered, her eyes alight with encouragement. "There's something magical about capturing moments, especially here." As time melted away, the women exchanged stories. Clara spoke of her photography career and aspirations, while Maya shared her journey as an artist, her struggles, and the healing power of creativity. They laughed, navigating around the blooming cherry trees, their connection deepening with every shared word. Chapter 2: Blossoms and Banter. The festival unfolded beautifully, a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds. Together, Clara and Maya roamed the festivities, sampling sweet cherry blossom treats, playing games, and getting lost in the lovely chaos. Clara's camera clicked in rhythm with their laughter, each photo narrating the blossoming connection between them. "Let's take a picture together," Clara suggested, setting up her camera and hurrying to Maya's side. They pressed together, their arms entwined, adorned with flower crowns crafted from the festival's blooms. Clara pressed the shutter, capturing not just their image but the unspoken chemistry tangled in the air. As the sun dipped low in the sky, painting the horizon with golden hues, Clara and Maya found a quiet spot beneath the sweeping branches of a cherry blossom tree. The petals began to flutter gently like confetti in a moment of intimacy. Clara pointed her camera to the blossoms above, their beauty reflected in her eyes. "It feels like the world has paused," she whispered, lost in the moment. "It's the magic of Seabreeze," Maya said softly, her voice a warm caress. And maybe a little bit of the company. She glanced at Clara, her gaze penetrating. A comfortable silence enveloped them, thick with sweet tension. Clara could feel her heart thudding loudly in her chest. Tentatively, she brushed her fingers against Maya's, reveling in the warmth of their connection. Do you ever think about love, Maya? What it would be like to share those moments? Maya's eyes softened, and she turned her hand to intertwine her fingers with Clara's. I do. It's a wild, beautiful thing. I often wonder if it's worth the danger. But when you find someone who sees you, truly sees you, it makes everything worth it. Clara felt a shiver race down her spine, drawn to Maya's honesty. I think you're right. There's something inside me that wants more than just chasing a dream alone. Their eyes locked, a silent agreement passing between them, igniting the air with unexpressed feelings. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring them together. Maybe we should change that, Maya said, an inviting smile gracing her lips. Let's explore our own adventure together. Chapter 3, A New Canvas. The following days were filled with spontaneous escapades around Seabreeze. Clara showcased her talent by photographing Maya as she painted murals throughout the town, each brush stroke telling a story. They shared intimate moments beneath the blossoms, each day bringing them closer together. One evening, as they returned to the cafe after finishing a mural, Clara paused, looking at Maya with a mix of fear and longing. Can I ask you something? She murmured, her heart racing. Anything, Maya replied, her voice steady as she turned to face Clara. Do you believe in love at first sight? Clara's breath hitched, vulnerability spilling from her. Maya stepped closer, their faces mere inches apart. I believe in love that finds you when you least expect it. I felt something when we first met, a connection that made everything else fade away. Clara's pulse quickened as their hearts beat in sync. Then what are we waiting for? She whispered, leaning in closer. In one swift motion, their lips met softly, igniting a fire within them. The kiss deepened as they melted into each other, surrounded by the intoxicating scent of cherry blossoms floating in the air. It was a sweet promise of love and adventure that they both craved. The town was alive with festivities, but in that moment, it felt like they were the only two people in the world. The kiss promised a new chapter, one filled with bold strokes and vibrant colors, where Clara's photographs and Maya's paintings intertwined, creating a masterpiece of love. Chapter 4, Love in Full Bloom. As the days turned into weeks, Clara and Maya blossomed together, intertwining their lives in a delicate dance of affection. They painted the town in colorful hues, ventured out exploring hidden beaches, and shared secrets while nestled under the stars. The Cherry Blossom Festival culminated with a grand display of fireworks that lit up the night sky, reflecting the light of their newfound love. Clara held Maya tightly, their bodies swaying softly under the brilliant colors exploding above them. Maya, I can't imagine my life without you now, Clara confessed, her voice barely a whisper amidst the cheers that surrounded them. Maya smiled, brushing a strand of hair behind Clara's ear. You've opened a door in my heart that I thought had been locked away forever. I've never felt this way about anyone before. Their fingers intertwined, Clara felt whole in a way she had longed for. With every laugh, every shared glance, they painted a vivid tapestry of love, growing deeper as spring unfolded. Will you be my muse? Clara asked, her heart racing with hope and excitement. Let's create something that tells our story. I'd love to, Maya replied, her eyes sparkling with joy. But let's remember to live our moments too. Life is art, Clara, and sometimes the best adventures are the ones we don't plan. With that, they sealed their promise with a kiss, intertwined amidst the blooming cherry blossoms, as their love story unfurled, beautiful and vibrant, just like the blossoms surrounding them. Epilogue, a canvas of memories. Years later, Clara opened a gallery showcasing her photographs, celebrating love stories similar to hers and Maya's. Each image captured the light of honest connections, inviting viewers to find magic in the everyday. Maya was by her side, her murals now a celebrated part of the Seabreeze landscape. Together they had built a life overflowing with love, creativity, and adventure, always under the blossoms. The Cherry Blossom Festival had become more than a celebration of floral beauty. It was a reminder of the love that blossomed anew every spring, a love that, like art, never faded, only deepened with time. As Clara captured each moment, she understood that beauty is found not just in the perfect picture, but in the imperfect, exhilarating journey of falling in love. In the heart of Seabreeze, beneath the gentle petals of the cherry blossoms, they continued to create their masterpiece together. Chapter 5: A Brush with Reality. As the seasons turned and the cherry blossoms faded to leave space for summer's vibrant palette, Clara and Maya thrived in their love, spending long evenings painting murals in the town and documenting their adventures in a shared journal they called the Book of Us. It was filled with small doodles, poems, and photographs that chronicled their love story, creating a tangible memento of each moment they cherished together. However, as summer progressed, Clara couldn't shake a growing unease that settled in the back of her mind. With the pressures of her upcoming gallery opening looming, deadlines began to weigh heavily on her. The excitement of showcasing her art was quickly replaced by self-doubt and fear of not living up to expectations. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in deep oranges and purples, Clara sat by the window in their shared studio, the glow of her laptop illuminating her face. Maya was deeply engrossed in her mural outside, lost in the strokes of her brush. Clara watched her, feeling a longing to capture the beauty of that moment, but found herself paralyzed by her inner critic. "What's wrong?" Maya called from outside, her voice breaking Clara's concentration. "Nothing," Clara replied, forcing a smile. "Just thinking." Maya stepped inside, wiping her hands on a cloth. "You know you can talk to me, right? If something is bothering you." Clara hesitated, unsure of how to voice her fears. "I'm just worried about the gallery opening. What if my work isn't good enough? What if no one shows up?" Maya approached her, concern flickering in her eyes. "Clara, your work is beautiful. You have a way of capturing raw emotions and moments that others overlook. Just remember why you started in the first place." "I know, but I feel like so much is riding on this," Clara confessed, her voice heavy with uncertainty. "What if I disappoint you or myself?" Maya reached out, taking Clara's hands in hers. "You could never disappoint me. You're doing this for you, not for anyone else. Trust in your vision, Clara. That's what makes it special." Clara looked into Maya's eyes, feeling the warmth and conviction behind her words. But doubt lingered, a shadow that dulled her vibrant dreams. "What if it doesn't go as we hope? Let's just enjoy the process, regardless of the outcome," Maya said, a gentle smile easing Clara's worries. "We'll make it an adventure together, however it turns out." As their eyes met, Clara felt a rush of gratitude for Maya's unwavering belief in her. Perhaps letting go of the fear of failure was the key to finding joy in her art again. Chapter 6: A New Beginning. The night of the gallery opening arrived, and Clara's heart raced with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The small, cozy space on the corner of Main Street was transformed into a gallery adorned with her photographic series, Under the Blossoms, each piece echoing the essence of their love and the delicate beauty of life in Seabreeze. As the first guests began to trickle in, Clara felt Maya's hand wrap around hers, steadying her. "You've got this. Just breathe and be present," she whispered. With each guest that entered, Clara's confidence grew. Conversations flowed, filled with laughter and admiration for her work. She found joy in sharing her vision with others, watching as they connected with the raw feelings captured in each frame. As the crowd thickened, Clara spotted an older couple standing in front of her favorite photograph, a candid moment of Maya caught mid-laugh beneath a cherry blossom tree, petals swirling around her like confetti. "This one captures happiness," the woman said, her eyes sparkling. "Thank you," Clara replied, her heart swelling with pride. "That's my partner, Maya. Maya has a beautiful spirit," the man added, glancing at Maya, who was mingling and talking to friends, her laughter ringing through the air. Just then, Clara glanced toward the entrance and saw Lila, her best friend from the city, entering with a giant bouquet of fresh cherry blossoms. "Clara," she shouted, her bubbly personality lighting up the room. "I wouldn't miss this for the world." Clara rushed over, engulfing Lila in a warm hug. You made it. Of course. I wouldn't let you celebrate alone. I'm so proud of you. Lila exclaimed, holding Clara at arm's length to admire her. You look stunning. Thanks. It feels surreal. I was so nervous, Clara admitted, glancing to catch Maya's approving gaze from across the room. The night continued to unfold beautifully, filling Clara with confidence and joy. Hours flew by, and as she moved around the gallery, Clara felt her fears fading, replaced by the sheer exhilaration of sharing her art with the world. Chapter 7: Celebrating Love. When the time came for Clara to give her speech, she stood in front of the crowd, her heart pounding in her chest. Maya stood off to the side, an encouraging smile lighting up her face. Thank you all for being here tonight, Clara began, her voice steady despite the fluttering in her stomach. This series is titled Under the Blossoms. It captures moments of love, joy, and everything in between. Each photograph tells a story of connection, of laughter, and life, much like the vibrant journey I've found in my life and with Maya. Clara's eyes scanned the crowd, finally resting on Maya, who provided her with an anchor of warmth. Thank you to Maya for continually inspiring me and being the love of my life. You remind me every day of what it means to truly live. The crowd erupted into applause, and Clara felt a swell of happiness wash over her, invigorating every part of her. Chapter 8: Unforeseen Struggles. As the weeks following the gala passed, Clara continued to flourish, her work receiving recognition, and her confidence blossoming like the cherry trees in spring. However, underneath the surface, the pressures of success began to take a toll. As more inquiries poured in, Clara found herself losing touch with the very spontaneity that had drawn her to photography in the first place. Late nights captured in front of her laptop, editing photos and responding to messages replaced the adventurous afternoons she and Maya had once shared. Maya noticed the change. Clara became quieter, her laughter less frequent. During one particularly long day, Clara sat hunched over her desk while Maya worked on a new mural nearby. Clara, how about we take a break? Maya suggested, brushing her hands on her paint-splattered apron. I can't, Maya, Clara replied, not looking up. I need to finish these edits for tomorrow's submission. This is important. It is important. But so are you, and I miss you, Maya said softly, stepping closer. Let's go for a walk, breathe in the fresh air. We can paint together later. Clara's heart clenched, knowing Maya was right. But the fear of falling behind weighed heavily on her. I just need to get this done, Clara said, her frustration bubbling to the surface. Clara, Maya said gently. You're pushing yourself too hard. It's okay to ask for a break. Remember that joy we found together under the blossoms. It's still there, waiting for us. Clara finally met Maya's gaze, feeling the tension in her chest. I'm sorry, I know I've been distant. Maya reached out, tucking a loose strand of hair behind Clara's ear. Let's go. Just for a little while. Together. With a deep breath, Clara nodded. She stood up and took Maya's hand, feeling the warmth seep through her palm. Together they stepped outside, the sun casting a golden glow on the world around them. Chapter 9: Rediscovering Joy. As they walked through the park, Clara felt the tension slowly melt away. The blossoms rustled in the breeze as petal confetti swirled around them. With each step, Clara rediscovered the wonder in life, the very enchantment that made her fall in love with this town, this season, and ultimately with Maya. Do you remember the first time we painted together? Maya asked, her eyes glowing with nostalgia. Clara smiled, the memory flooding back. You painted that rainbow mural outside the coffee shop, and I was terrified to show you my photos. Look at you now. Maya grinned, squeezing Clara's hand. You've blossomed into an extraordinary artist. But let's never forget the joy of simply creating together. They found a quiet clearing beneath the blossoming cherry trees. With a blanket spread out on the grass and the sun warming their faces, they pulled out some paints and began to create side by side. Without pressures or deadlines, they painted freely, laughing and sharing stories, the world fading away as they lost themselves in their art, each brushstroke infused with love and joy. "Look!" Maya exclaimed, showing Clara her canvas filled with colorful blossoms, vibrant and bursting with life. "It's like each flower has a story." "It's beautiful," Clara replied, beaming back at Maya, her heart swelling with gratitude and love. "Just like you," Maya whispered, leaning closer and kissing Clara softly. In that moment, surrounded by the beauty of their love and creativity, they melted into each other, the kiss shared whispered promises of support and understanding. Chapter 10, A Canvas of Dreams. As summer faded into early fall, Clara and Maya moved forward hand in hand, embracing the ups and downs of their artistic journeys. Clara learned to balance her work while keeping her passion alive, finding inspiration in the beauty of their everyday lives. With their relationship flourishing, they collaborated on a community project. They organized a mural festival where local artists gathered to paint and celebrate love and inclusivity. The event was filled with laughter, creativity, and the vibrant spirit of Seabreeze. Together they showcased their mural, a colossal representation of cherry blossoms intertwining with vibrant colors embodying love and joy. Clara captured the essence of the process through her photography, each click echoing the joy of creation. As they stood back and admired their work, a gentle breeze carried petals around them, swirling in a beautiful dance. Clara turned to Maya, her heart bursting. "We did this together." Maya smiled, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Yes, we did. And I can't wait to see what else we'll create." They embraced tightly, feeling the weight of their journey and dreams intertwined. With the sun setting behind them, Clara felt a surge of inspiration. Love was not just about being together, it was about creating a life filled with meaning, adventure, and expression. As seasons changed, so did they, growing, evolving, and understanding that art and love are not bound by perfection but flourish from vulnerability, encouragement, and the shared courage to embrace each moment. Beneath the blossoms of Seabreeze, Clara and Maya discovered that true artistry lay in the beauty of their connection, forever capturing the essence of love in every stroke of paint and every snapshot in time. Epilogue, Forever Blossoming. Years later, Clara looked around the gallery filled with their work, each piece telling a story of love and growth, of the experiences they had shared. Maya stood beside her, their fingers intertwined, a gentle reminder of the adventures they had undertaken together. Their love, like the cherry blossoms, continued to thrive, resilient through the seasons. Together they established a foundation for young queer artists in Seabreeze, encouraging others to create, to love, and to find their voice through art. As the Cherry Blossom Festival approached once again, Clara and Maya planned another mural, an ode to love, hope, and the beauty of being true to oneself. In a world that often rushed by, they embraced the magic within each moment, knowing that every blossom, every kiss, and every shared laugh painted the canvas of their lives with vibrant colors of joy. As the petals fell and spring returned, Clara and Maya stood beneath the blossoms, ready to welcome new adventures, their hearts forever intertwined, celebrating the beautiful life they had created together.